Those are more pink than I remember.
Well, that's just because I've been treating them right.
Should be bright.
Everybody kind of gather around over here if you can. Yeah, coral vine. Antigonon leptopus. These are not my favorite names of the year. Some of them are a little bit out there. Okay. All right. Antigonon has a heart-shaped leaf. Let me see if I can pull one so you can see it. Antigonon leptopus, or coral vine. Okay. I would say it's a drawn-out heart, but it's heart-shaped nonetheless. So chordate. All right. This is actually dissected, so it's not the attachment point is not in the center of the leaf, although it almost looks like it is. All right, very soft, quite pubescent. All right, you pass this around if you'd like. You can kind of take a look at it. All right. And then you'll notice that on the opposite side of the foliage at the node, or a lot of times right where the bud would come out from, there are these nice pink flowers. Okay. And instead of, remember when we talked about like crossvine with the two leaves, and then the tendrils on the where the third leaf should be. This is where the buds come out. That's where the tendrils are on this particular vine. Okay. Antigonon is again a very vigorous vine. Okay, so it'll grow. Had it over there in the greenhouse. If I'm not careful, it'll grow in amongst all these holes and into the light structures and things. I've had trouble with it in the past, so I have to be really careful with it. Okay. The stems on Antigonon are almost sort of squarish to some extent. I wouldn't say they're necessarily square, but they feel square. Okay. They're pubescent as well. And then you'll notice that as it becomes more mature, it does become more woody. All right. And so it doesn't stay this herbaceous all the time. All right. So look for a nice light green, soft foliage. The back of it has got, remember we talked about rugose being sort of a quilted look? This is very quilted in the fact that the veins make it look very quilted. And then the actual flower structures are these three-sided, almost look sort of bougainvillea-like, all right? And it just so happens that I've got it next to it. But they're three-sided structures. Well, I just dropped it, but that's all right. You can look at that one if you want to. But the reproductive structures are actually inside, so if you finally peel it open, you can kind of see that. Okay.
So are those bracts?
You know, I don't think they are on this particular, because of where they come from, but I'll have to check that out just to make sure.
Do other vines have flowers on the tendrils?
I was trying to think about that, and I can't think of a lot of them that do, so this is relatively unique to that. Yeah. Okay. So,
are they hardy?
This Antigonon?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Zones 8 with a little bit of protection, but yes, they're typically hardy. The reason I teach it in here is because I have to have it up and going before you guys. So you get you can also see white forms of this, a little bit lighter pink, no reds, but into a really dark color of pink. So it's a really nice vine as long as you have an area where you don't mind it sort of taking over. Okay.
What are the swollen parts?
That's just, I believe that's just where I cut it and it had some extracurricular growth going on there. I don't think that's... yeah. That's just where we cut it each year. That's the problem. Okay.
And you said that's flowers, not bracts, right?
I think it's flowers. I'll have to check just to make sure. Alright. I mean, it makes sense that they would be bracts, but I don't remember ever hearing that before is my problem. Okay.